Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Afro Food Diary. For this week's yummy episode, this week's meal diary, I'm going to be walking us through some of the interesting recipes I made this week, as well as give us tips and the tricks as to how I achieved them. Okay, so the first one is yam porridge. Already, I have the yam steaming in the normal process of making Nigerian yam porridge. I used leftover stew. It made the sauce in this yam really thick, creamy, and yummy. Okay, so your leftover stews would do a lot of wonders for you in your yam porridge. Okay, yeah, and as for adding vegetables, this is another tip. Instead of just slicing the spinach and adding it directly into the yam, what I did was to pour a little bit of hot water over it, like to kind of blanch it a little bit, then poured cold water immediately such that it didn't wilt, like the vegetables didn't die. So what that does for you is that you have this green beautiful vegetable in your yam or in whatever porridge you were making, and the vegetable looks healthy, it's not wilted, and it's not transferring any color into what you're cooking. Okay, and you can see it looks small because then I've poured hot water over it, but as soon as I stir it in, you actually appreciate how much of that vegetable I had. Okay, and I didn't want to have a lot in this yam as well. I just wanted to have that green effect, not a lot of veggies. Okay, so but however you choose to do yours, if you want a lot of vegetables, you can still blanch it, add a little hot water. Like as soon as you add the hot water, you strain it off, then pour cold water over it, so that it doesn't, the vegetables don't die, kind of. Yeah, and then you go ahead and make your yam porridge. So here we have it. Next in line, I'll be making some pasta, some spaghetti jollof. I'll be trying out pesto in the spaghetti sauce. We got this for a Christmas gift, and I'm going to be trying it out with, I have the tomato paste there. This is the pasta I want to use. I've already gone ahead to slice the onions. And as for the pesto, it's basil based, so I'm going to be using some fresh basil leaves, to pair this. I think it will go really well with the recipe. Yeah, so this is what the pesto looks like. It's basically a sauce that you can use it to do a lot of things, but it's not really our African kind of sauce. So I'm gonna just be trying this just because I love to experiment with different things in my kitchen. If you go to the shops, this is what they look like. The jar you see me holding is a gift, so it's specially packed. I love to use cherry tomatoes. That's another quick thing I want to tell us. Cherry tomatoes are sweet and you don't need to fry them for so long, to remove the tangy taste in tomatoes. Okay. And another tip is to prepare your pasta and, wash it with very cold water so that it remains like it doesn't stick, so it doesn't kind of stick together when you are ready to cook it. Okay, I grilled some chicken breast steaks, and here is the pasta. You see how it's bouncing? It's saying, leave me now. Leave me now. Yeah, so you see how it's kind of separated and bouncy, and looks good. It's not coming together. That's exactly what we're going for. And I topped it off with the fresh basil leaves, and here I'm just going ahead to serve it. Okay, you can boil your pasta whole, but I like to cut mine in bits just so that the little ones can be able to eat it. Okay, and there goes the chicken, and then I topped it off with some extra veggies. So that's our meal number 2. So on this particular morning, we're going to have custard for breakfast. I don't have access to the popular Niger liquid milk, but I'm going to be showing us what I do instead. So instead of using the fresh milk from the stores here, I use the powdered milk, and I'm just going to scoop a few spoons into this cup. Okay. So next I go on to pour some warm water in it and go on to kind of mix it very well. Mix it until I get a smooth liquid milk. Okay, so the essence of doing this is to avoid having lumps of milk in the pap or in the custard you're gonna drink. For me, it doesn't really feel good. Okay, so sometimes when I want to have that feel of liquid milk, I do it like this, like mix it in ahead of time and then pour directly into the pap. But before you try this, make sure you have a thick enough custard or thick enough pap, because you don't want to be pouring a lot of liquid into pap or custard that is already too watery, if you get what I mean. So with this, I get to enjoy pap that feels a lot like I'm enjoying it with liquid milk. You can add sugar or whatever you feel like. On very busy days, leftovers are your friend, you know. Yeah, so we're going to be having some jollof rice. I have some boiled egg over there, and I have some leftover chicken sticks. I have some banana. I have some avocado. So let's put it together and have a yummy dinner. Lest I forget, beans. Beans is one of the things you can make in bulk and save in your fridge and freestyle into different kind of dishes during the week or over a stretch of 2-3 weeks. Okay, so once you're able to like wash your beans thoroughly and then steam it and cook it in such a way that it's soft enough, then you can preserve it and use it to make yam porridge, to put in your yam and beans, to put a side dish for your rice, and a whole lot of other things you can do with beans. Okay, and if you're not a big fan of mushy beans like myself, what you do is make sure that whatever water you are using on the beans is already boiled, like the water you top off with is hot. You're not like going from hot to cold all the time. It kind of makes the beans soak up water and then mess things up for you. So over here I have another day where leftovers saved a life, like so I had just quickly had to boil fresh rice. I had some leftover chicken. Don't mind how it looks, it's really yummy. And then I have some leftover stew, like banga stew, and then it's easy to just put that up together. If you have beans at this point, you can scoop it on the side and you have yourself a very yummy dinner for the day. So my friends, here we draw the curtain for this week's meal diary and the yummy episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Hit a like button for this video. I appreciate you for that, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a nice day.